Hey, what's up? This is Mikey for Electrek, and we are going to check out the UHVO. This is a dual suspension electric mountain bike from a company called Eunorau. So, let's go. Thanks for watching Electrek. Well, what do we have here? The UHVO is a dual suspension electric mountain bike that costs just $11.99, which is probably the lowest price I've seen for a full-sized electric dual suspension bike. Now, yes, there are tiny folding bikes with a dual suspension, or sometimes small scooters that have a little bit on the rear, but that's just kind of clogging up the term, in my opinion. Now, with the UHVO, the suspension isn't an afterthought or just tacked on there to get another keyword stuffed into the listing. For the price, the suspension is really good. Front air shocks with a preload adjust and a rear air shock, they both provide really good control. The bike also sports some chubby tires, which adds to the cushion of the equation. The hydraulic disc brakes provide really good stopping power, and that makes tight turns and maneuverability a lot more realistic. For this kind of money, it's really a great entry-level electric mountain bike. The riding position is perfectly comfortable, and the aluminum frame is exactly what you'd expect. No surprises there. The suspension design isn't going to win any awards, but hey, it works. The wide handlebars actually provide some good control, which is useful when slugging around this 56-pound dance partner across the trails. And while the suspension is one of the highlights of the bike, the electric system isn't. We've got a 36-volt 10 amp-hour battery with a 350-watt rear hub motor, cadence pedal assist, and the classic exposed controller for maximum savings. Now, there are a couple of noticeable silver linings to the 350-watt rear hub motor. The first is that it didn't seem to throw off the balance too much. The motor is a lighter weight, and that did help quite a bit. Also, the motor is really quiet. Since the motor isn't putting out massive amounts of watts, there isn't much noise coming from it. Again, I'll call these attributes silver linings. I wouldn't want you guys losing your composure in the comment section thinking that I enjoy the system in all circumstances. Now, this kind of an electric system isn't the best for an off-road hill climber. While it does have some good traction on account of the tires, the bike simply isn't strong enough to propel an American male up an off-road hill, at least a hill of any consequence. On the road, it's livable, but once you get off-road, which is where the bike is intended, I have a hard time recommending it for steep hills. Now, there's a few oddities on the bike, one of them being the front taillight and the AAA-powered rear backlight. Now, I'm guessing you would use these at nighttime if you had so much fun riding for hours and lost track of time, but given the small battery size, I find that scenario a little unlikely. Also, the weak electric system on the bike is paired with a narrow gear range. You got 14 to 28 teeth with a Shimano Acera derailleur. Now, the derailleur isn't actually that bad, it's fine, but the gear range is too slow to go fast on the road, and it doesn't have the kind of range to climb a hill of any consequence, even with the battery turned off. But hey, for this kind of a price, these aren't bad things to deal with. I know a lot of people who are looking for an electric mountain bike for exactly this use. Some nice, light gravel roads, river trails, maybe some grassy fields, simple stuff. There are plenty of options out there for crazy expensive mountain bikes, believe you me, but not everyone, including myself, has thousands of dollars laying around to go ahead and start that sport. This bike, the UHVO, is a perfectly competent start in that direction without breaking the bank. I think the positives for the bike are quite encouraging, and the drawbacks are very plain to see. If you want a comfortable dual suspension e-bike and you want it for a killer deal, then you're certainly getting warmer. If you also want it for light off-road use, mostly flat trails, and you're okay with a range of about 10 to 20 miles, then I think you've got a winner with a UHVO from Eunorau. So that's what I think of the Eunorau UHVO. What do you know? You can let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I'll catch you later. Wah!